Now it's like on the texture, on the texture, on the texture, on the texture, right? So see, there is very much distance you cover with your model, but as you cover that distance with your model and you get exposed to multiple angles, you're not picking any of them. It's the dip, bro. It's the dip of doom. Like you always dip it.
Bad.
Like, and then you go to the right.
Man, it's so painful for me to watch myself back.
Yeah. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose a bot, and then remembering how the spray went. So I remember with the naked it was a bit to the right and down, and then a lot to the left. I will just try to spray this bot, right?
Okay.
And only peeking with D and A. So you press D, release D, tap A. And now if you're not on the guy, you adjust slightly and shoot. Let's check this out. File bang. Okay, so this is not bad. Although, it would be nice if you have a teammate following you, and if you call for your teammates to rush yellow. Do you think you will say that? Or this is
yeah, I'm in Discord. I'm with two people, so it's a 3-stat.
With Palpy, I guess.
I'm with Pulpy. I'm KP. I'm with Pulpy.
I know.
Okay, yeah.
You're seeing, yeah, the stream, by the way.
Yeah, I see your stream.
Yeah, crosshair placement slightly off, right? Just as you're peeking those angles, like you have your crosshair placement on the ground all the time, right? So you throw the flash, and now crosshair placement is on the ground, right? All the time on the ground. Now it's like on the texture, on the texture, on the texture, on the texture, right? So see, there is very much distance you cover with your model, but as you cover that distance with your model and you get exposed to multiple angles, you're not picking any of them. So that's a problem, right? So now you suddenly, like finally, you start picking angles. But you need to expect that people could be on those closer ones as well, right?
Yeah, it's the bad habit.
See, again, you're not really
of
peeking.
Assuming where they're gonna be.
No, assuming where they're gonna be is a good habit, but you need to assume every option.
No, because I'll make the assumption that, like, okay, so you would go in and be like, you would assume they could be here, they could be here, they could be here.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, they're probably not here yet. So you know what I mean?
Okay,
yeah, I'm assuming they're not there.
Well, so it's easy to change. Just assume everything possible.
Just
like
do the opposite.
Yeah, just do the opposite. If something's possible, you check it. But the easy part is you check one thing, then you know that they're not there. You check the next thing, and you know that they're not there. And basically that gives you like a legit wall hack, right? Because you know where they are next.
Yeah, in some games I'm lazy about it, and some others I'm actually trying.
So here you were very lazy about clearing, like, to be honest, any angles. Because you have you're peeking these angles and you have your crosshair on the texture of the side, right?
Yeah, like what am I aiming at right there, the middle of sight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is just crosshair placement overall. Before we continue the video, I wanna give a quick shout out to my sponsor CSGOskins.com. CSGO Skins is an opening site with a variety of different cases and modes. There is a welcome to the jungle event going on currently, where every time you open a case, you get rewarded with bananas that you can later use to gain more skins. On top of that, the site offers free giveaways daily. If you want to battle your friends or other users, join the case battle mode, and if you have multiple skins and want to trade them, check out the exchanger mode. Also, check the link in the description and sign up with code PNX for 50 cents free balance and 10% deposit bonus. Now let's get back to the video. I'm curious how you practice because I'm sure, like, after watching how you like go up ramp, I'm sure you're not practicing correctly in like refrag, you know?
No, here's the thing: is if I showed you how I practice, you'd probably be like, okay, this isn't the worst thing ever. But it's just I get in game and then I don't bring a lot of it. Like I'm not super conscious. And then last night was kind of a lazy night. This isn't a great example. Like what I'll probably do next time is I'll like actually record a video. So we have all the comms, and then I'll record like a game where I'm fully focused. Because sometimes I'll just queue with people and kind of like not be in the headspace.
But do you know that's bullshit actually? Like completely bullshit. Because like I'll give you it is. It is like because I'll explain to you. So if you're not focused and you're like just lazy as you call it, like you're not focusing, you don't need focus to be good. You don't need focus at all. What you need is good habits, but you have bad habits, so you just play with your habits. Like, you don't focus, so you just play with your habits. But to change those habits into different habits that later on will be without focus, you need focus. So you need focus for the sheer ability to change your habits in the match, but then later on when you develop those habits, again, you don't need focus. You know what I mean?
No, you're saying it exactly right.
So,
Because there are
yeah.
games where I will be very conscious of trying to override the habits, and that's what I mean by focus. But then there's times where I'll go into a game and I'll just kind of I won't feel like doing that, and I'll just lazily go back to my old habits, just all my bad habits.
So see, our goal is to make your new habits so consciously drilled in, so they're not they're not new anymore, and they're old, and then you can play them when you're lazy. Like if you get simple into this match, he will lazily 30 bomb, right? Because his habits are so good that he can smoke fucking weed, crack, whatever, and he will still 30 bomb because he has habits. You know what I mean? So yeah, if we are on the same page, that's cool. And then that's what we need to do. So like for some certain period of time, I don't think it's long. Like I think it's a week max. You have to focus on one certain habit that you want to change and just really focus and change it, and then it's habitual, right? And it's fine. You don't need to think about it. Just like with anything you learn. So, but yeah, if you mean by not being focused, by not actively trying to change your habits, that's fine. And
that's the wording.
Well, what are you doing here? You're AFK for a moment, and because you're AFK, you're gonna lose the timing for the guys to cross mid, right? So now they can be in ladder, but you haven't seen it because you're AFK.
Yeah.
I don't know why you did that, but don't be AFK if you wanna hold mid. You can go to other position, but don't go here after being AFK because you lose all the timing, right? Here I think your bad habit of putting the mouse, like doing a dip with the mouse, happened, I believe.
Yeah, and I've been working on that so much, especially in like training maps. Like it's like aim bots, for example, it's a lot better.
See?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Did you just see this? Come on, I know my eyes didn't lie.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, again, like you put it down like some weird way. Oh, you get bro, did you buy Kevlar? No, you didn't buy head Kevlar, you bought A. No. Okay, I will note this. Never buy AK without head Kevlar.
I do it pretty often too, I would say.
Without helmet, I don't know, because there is no... Is there such a thing as head Kevlar actually, or am I tripping in English?
I don't know, there's Kevlar and helmet?
Helmet, right? It's not head Kevlar, it's not called that, I think. Yeah, just don't... Because... First of all,
this is the perfect example right here. He's got a USP or something versus an AK, and he just domes me.
Exactly. So it's easy to fix. Just a rule, you know, because you need to understand that on city side people will have all the time weapons that don't headshot you if you have helmet. M4 doesn't headshot you one shot if you have helmet. MP9 doesn't. USP doesn't. Nothing does on city, apart from the Oppo and Scout, of course, and Eagle.
Yeah.
And you just want to buy helmet every single round on T side if you're playing full buy. On city side though, you don't need to, because sometimes people have AKs and it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, so you don't... Do you not buy helmet, CT side?
I buy it because sometimes I'm in situations where someone shoots AK at me and then he doesn't have ammo and he takes out his pistol and he'll one-shot me with a Glock in my head, right? So I still buy it if I have money, but I don't prioritize it.
Okay.
Again, like peeking, right? And then you adjust your crosshair. Again, this is not an angle, right? It's up there. This is more like an angle. This also, I mean, this is fine, I guess.
But I'm not going to hit him in the... I'm going to have to adjust to hit him in the head.
Yeah, but... No, he could have been here, like, standing here, already out, so... Would have worked, but... Again, it's just the angle clearing. Like, you're not clearing the angles, you're looking at the ground. See? Like, you're exposing your model to new angles, but you're still not looking at them. Still not looking, still not... Like, you pretty much never look at the angle. That's weird. Here, I think you just missed, but the miss is coming from your movement. So you're not aware of how you're moving, right? And for example, here you peek out. Your cross replacement is kind of kind of good actually, because it's lower. Yeah, I think you don't also realize how this like sandbag angle works. So you can actually see those upper angles of heaven and upper headshot without even peeking out of sandbag. And now, when you're hiding, you're not counter-strafing, look. You hide and slide, right?
Yeah.
And you also should have crouched. Well, that is pretty obvious. You are behind the sandbag, you want to crouch to hide. Hey, what happened here? You gave the AK away?
Yeah, because I was low, I gave it to someone with full HP, I believe.
Okay, sure. Makes some sense. Oh, now you have open below. This should work. Not bad. Don't tell me you didn't hear that.
I did. I did too.
Come on, you have to hear your teammate burning. Two of you are getting burned. Well, this is not like super bad. I don't see any problems there. It just got burned. But what can I tell you? Don't get burned.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a bad flash. Again, like your peeking is just... And like, the crosshair movement is not stable in horizontal. Like again, you went to him down, look.
Yeah.
Slow it down fast. Okay, there we go. Here we go, the dip. The dip of doom. And the dip goes boom, and up. So... Cheeky mouse movements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not much else you could have done here, to be honest. It was just missing the shots.
Other than all my core mechanics.
Yeah, so crosshair placement and movement. And adjusting. So everything, core. So. Can you remind me, what is the silo? Oh, okay, I can check myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in this silo,
like
honestly,
between like it's like anywhere from like 12 to like 15, depending on who week you get matched with.
Anything like below 20, okay, is like core mechanics. Like all of it is core mechanics. Like you literally don't need anything else. And then above 20 is just a bit of team play or a bit of utility, and then like you go to face it, and that's where you need the like utility.
Well, that's motivating for me to hear that at this elo, my core mechanics will be impactful if I override my bad habit to focus.
Of course. Oh. I mean, here you just panicked and started shooting him in the legs.
Yeah.
See how like low you go when you panic? Like this is the dip.
That early.
This is the dip already.
Like, after 2 bullets, I'm already at his knees. That's
yeah.
Right.
And then you like go to the right of him even, right? You're like very... At least in this moment, you're very weak in controlling your mouse movements. Like you just...
Yeah, super panic spray
like,
here.
Horizontally, like you don't... Like, look at the dip. It's the dip, bro. It's the dip of doom. Like, you always dip it.
Bad.
Like, and then you go to the right.
Man, it's so painful for me to watch myself back.
Yes. So don't play the games without like... The solution for you is like don't play the games without purpose. Like without purpose of improving an element of your gameplay, which this element is probably the most important. No dipping.
Yeah, well, it was funny, a teammate I play with who's better than me, or a higher elo than me, I think he's a better player than me. I played a game with him where I was doing all my core mechanics much more focused. And I had super high headshot percentage.
Yeah.
And I kept getting my entry frags, and he's like, see how quick they die when you aim for the head? And I was like, yeah, like the duels seem so much shorter when you are actually aiming for the head instead of both of us at this elo panic spraying.
Yeah. Well, that's the main problem. Like, you know, like getting better at mechanics comes down to very simple principles. You have to shoot at the model, and ideally at the most damageable model part, which is the head. And you also don't need to shoot before you're on that part. That's as simple as that. It's as simple as losing weight. You don't want to lose weight, you don't eat and you exercise. You want to be better at CS, you aim at the model and shoot at the model. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, losing weight, there's just saying around it, and I think it's a little bit true. Maybe it applies for me here, and that is losing weight is simple, but it's not easy.
yeah.
So what does you do? You eat less, you move more. Simple, right? Is the implementation easy for everybody? No. And so I think the struggle for me is that I need to override my habits all the time.
Yeah. Exactly. You just need to override your habits. It's simple to understand what you need to do, but it's hard to override your habits all of the time, right? Like the focus is needed there. So
especially like because the automatic behavior is to do it, right? That's what I've been doing. It's sadly my natural thing to do. So yeah, lots of work.
yeah, if I'm you and I'm really serious about this game and I want to get better, I would never play when I don't feel the capacity to focus on my behavior. Like if I feel like I'm tired or I don't have capacity to focus, I will just not do it because then I'm reinforcing the old bad habit by just not focusing on the new habit. So if I'm like full serious,
yeah, I'm gonna keep that in mind moving forward then.
or just like bring yourself to fucking like focusing on the match even if you're tired. Like literally like force yourself. That is the other option.
I usually play when I'm tired.
Well,
because my day will start at 6 in the morning, and then I'm usually doing work and family, and then I'm not playing until like 8 at night.
I understand. So maybe like
so yeah, I just have to override even when I'm tired.
Like in truth,
because I've done it before.
Yeah, in truth, like maybe CS is not the game for you if you want to play it tired, because you will always play better if you're not tired. If you still like CS, then do that. But there is some games that are adventure games. You don't need to be focused. You're playing it like a movie, But in CS, it's a movie, but you're the actor, and you need to be a focused actor. Otherwise, you're gonna die all the time. It's not a fun movie.
Yeah, I got it.
So I don't want to play a not fun movie when I'm dying all the time as the main character, right?
Yeah.
So gotta get better at this. Shooting at the wall, I don't think is necessary. I think you're focusing too much on ramp, while you still don't expect anyone to pick you yellow. Do you know, like, right at this moment you can get picked from short, right? Like, right now you can die from short guy, still can die, you still can die, you still can die, and you have your crosshair on the wall. And now you have your crosshair in the correct spot. I would recommend moving slightly slower and like crouching intermittently, or throw the nade and run up, You don't want to get caught on this mid-transition. So you just weren't aware of short for like a long time, and that's what messed you up. Oh yeah, the dips are visible, right? Dip, dip. You see this, right? After the first.
Yeah.
Boom, and the dip for some reason. Again, you like move your crosshair up and down. So yeah, the dips, the shots. Like the way that duel should look like, right? The crosshair shouldn't even move up and down. It should just move like this, and the taps should come.
Yeah, when I watch your gameplay or other pros, the one thing I'm always see is they're so stable, and even when they're in a duel, right, a chaotic one.
Yeah.
The crosshair is pretty stable.
Yeah, you just time the shots, Like you don't move the crosshair that much left and right jittery. You just move it, obviously, but you just time the shot properly. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You don't try to time the shot on your crosshair, you try to flick your crosshair to the head. I have my crosshair already on the head, and I just need to time the shot,
Yeah.
Again, like it's like you're shooting at the walls a lot,
Yeah.
And trying this up and down bursts. You don't want to pre-fire in CS, like really, like very rarely you want to do that.
Okay.
Maybe in a certain scenario where the enemy doesn't know about you and your teammate tells you he's there, right? And he doesn't know about you, then you can pre-fire. That would make sense. But any other time, shooting at walls, pre-firing, or doing anything like that is gonna shoot you in the foot, because they know where you are. They know that at that moment where you're pre-firing or shooting the wall, you're not shooting at them. So they will feel more comfortable if they're good players.
Yeah, and it's not like I've ever am in game going, oh wow, that pre-fire got me a frag.
Yeah.
Like the success rate is not even there at all.
Here you need to understand the timing. So the timing is that right now you can get shot in the head.
Yep.
So you're throwing this nade way too late, and there's other better ways of throwing the nade. This is like to prevent the push, but if you think about it, you don't want to actually prevent the push. You want them to go in your crosshair, that's why you're holding here.
Yeah.
So if you want to nade something, you want to nade something different. And I will show you what very soon.
So here, yeah.
So here it was. Oh, yeah. So I don't think you crouched. So when you're jumping up, right, on a guy,
yeah,
you want to first like crouch. You don't want to ever do this like high jump. Did you see how high you jumped? Like you did this one, okay,
yeah.
And now you did this. Like,
I felt very exposed at that moment.
Yes, you were very exposed. So you wanna like crouch and then stand up, you know, and then you would stand up and see him instead of jumping and seeing him.
Okay.
This was good. So here you managed to shoot, but again, it's kind of see how high you had your crosshair.
Yeah.
So to be if this is funny, because you had your crosshair high, so the dip didn't fuck you, it helped you. Because you know, you had it super high, bad crosshair placement, but now you have the habit of dipping, but you dipped and look, you're on him. See? Like right on his body.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're like do you ever practice spraying?
No.
Yeah.
No, spray is probably my worst thing. I actually saw a technique recently where someone says to really hone your spray, turn off no spread, go into server no spread and then practice so there's no variant, and then turn on no spread and see how it translates. I don't know if you agree with that.
What is no spread? I don't even know what the fuck it is.
No spread is so when you're doing in CS when you're spraying, there's like RNG, there's like randomness. So like the spray pattern is the same, but you might have like a random bullet fly.
Yeah. If you're talking about
someone said for spray, they said just turn that off. Just learn the pattern with perfect bullets, so you can actually see where you're going, and then you'll be able to just put it back on, and you'll be fine. So
you can, but it doesn't really matter because the RNG is not that big. See, I didn't even know about. Like I knew about it that it exists, but I forgot about this. Because
yeah, I've only heard it from like one person.
The RNG is...
yeah, my spray it's the worst. It's always something I've struggled with.
We will solve that today. I will show you because I think a part of your, because I just saw how much you drag it down, and I think a part of your issue is that you think that when you're spraying you need to hold like pull it a bit down, like a lot down, and that's why when you're like adjusting to someone panically and you start the spray you put it so much down. I think that's the reason, honestly. Because I saw you right now when you were shooting the guy mid, you pull down like to fucking hell, you know? Like you pull.
Feet, yeah.
Yeah.
I do that a lot because I think, oh, I need to go further down, and then most of my sprays I don't get headshots because I'm just body shotting or
right now,
in the hips.
Why can't you just do this thing that you're just gonna do right now? In a second, you're gonna do a thing. Why can't you just do that as the first one? Just this adjustment and shoot. Like you can literally do that without all that effort of spraying. You could have done that because the guy was like shifting. Look, you could have just adjustment and headshot, but no, you start spraying and now you do the adjustment. Okay, that's fine. All right. Oh no. Why the jump?
I don't
There is
know
zero advantage here to jumping with an AK. Come on, man. I will make a note. Don't jump with the AK.
Yeah, just a lot of bad jumps this game, huh?
Yeah. And look at your cross replacement after throwing that nade, right?
It's just at the floor.
No. Ooh, okay, what are we looking at? Ah,
they had boosted ones, so I was...
Yeah, they had boosted ones, but you're not clearing any other angles, okay? Like, you're just forgetting about everything else, and you're just spamming the yellow wall. What if they just pick you from ramp or from wherever? They could be literally standing here, right? Like here.
Yeah, or you could be up above.
Or like here, and then they see a wild...
No problem.
A wild KP spraying the wall, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're so... honed in on that. And there we go.
Yeah, and he was there.
He took his time, by the way. Again, like, you're shooting the bullet and going like 1 million kilometers down.
Yeah.
Here, actually, you didn't go that much down, I think. See? You just went just enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. No. You didn't do that. You did do that, and then you had your crosshair on the ground, and then you did actually a fine spray.
Sometimes my bad habits have rewarded me in the past, right?
Yeah.
That's how I've grinded, so... But it doesn't mean they're right if it works.
Oh no, you're picking... Okay, so... There's no reason to buy a 5.7 here. You could literally have a USP and Kevlar, so...
Okay.
Let's buy Kevlar on pistols. The util is only needed if you're doing a specific strat with your teammates that requires you to have util. Other than that...
Kevlar.
Yeah, just Kevlar and shoot them when they're running. You're going to nade them. Just need to kill this guy. You don't need to jiggle with a nade. No reason to do that.
Well, I watched one of your videos and a guy was like taking duels from up there.
Yeah.
And you were like, you either take a duel, or he was jiggling, and he was like, you're either gonna jiggle for info, so as soon as you see someone fall off. So I've actually been doing that quite a lot, and it's been good because I can say, oh, I saw 2 or I saw 3, and then run. So maybe I should have a gun out though, but that's...
Yeah, but the point is that you have a long range weapon versus close range weapons. You have a USP versus a Glock. So
yeah, but I'm not taking duels. So you said...
Why not?
Either... There?
Yeah, when you have advantage of the weapon, take duels. When you don't have advantage of the weapon, don't take duels. So if you, for example, have op and you know they have rifles, would you want to be scoped or would you jiggle? Of course you want to be scoped.
Yeah,
you want to be
to the duel.
You want to be scoped with your USP against Glocks, which are close range weapons, and shoot a couple shots and then fall back.
Okay. That was my teammate.
Yeah, this is fine. Like, nothing wrong with this round. Yeah, this is okay. Okay, here you didn't drag it to... Like, look, you're not dragging it super low. See?
Yeah.
You have it actually in his body when you're shooting, so you're killing them. Good job.
So that's a habit I have right there.
I mean, what are you aiming at, right?
Yeah. But then instead of just doing a quick, like there, it's a 2v1, we don't know where he is. I should do a quick jiggle.
Yeah, quick jiggle or quick peek.
Instead I go, let me just, I'm going to see the whole mid at one
Your
time.
crosshair placement is just shit.
Yeah, terrible.
This is kind of lucky, to be honest.
Yeah, it's lucky that I wasn't traded immediately, and I wasn't playing any cover.
Okay.
I got lucky here because he was scoped. Watch.
Oh, bro, you literally went out of the smoke, turned away. Imagine someone who has like AK. Like...
It looks so silly from the other perspective.
Yeah. there you hear him on the ladder. And here actually you have good crosshair placement because you heard him.
Yeah.
I think this guy doesn't expect us to. What the fuck is he looking at?
No, I think he gets really unlucky. Watch.
No! Yes! Bro, even though you make so much mistakes, you still win this game and you have like the best score. Imagine how bad they have to be.
Yeah, seriously.
Like...
I imagine them watching the demo.
Yeah.
And me going, this guy?
Laying down smoke. Deploying flashbang. Grenade out.
Yeah, I mean... This is all good. Okay, so let's start with the simple fixes and then we go to the harder fix.
Okay, I sent you a video. I sent you a highlight from your teachings where I was much more conscious on overriding bad habits. Because this game, I don't think is this was a lazy game, and I know that sounds like an excuse, but you can see I'm not putting into practice.
No, it is definitely a lazy game.
But for me, it's always a good reminder just to hear like you need to do it all the time and just reiterating the core mechanics, right?
Yeah.
It's always helpful.
So first, I'll go through the mistakes you did in the game, so we got that out of the way, like game sense mistakes. Then I'll show you how to practice your spray and what you need to be doing, starting to be doing. And then we go on Free Fire and we learn how to actually play on this refrag map.
Okay.
So basic mistakes, right? I mean, these are we cannot really in refrag anyways. Going up ramp, right? You're just going like that, which doesn't make sense. Should more go like, for example, when you're rushing with a flash here or with anything. Oh, my movement around this map. I'm not sure actually what the pathway should be, but you definitely shouldn't have your cross around the box.
Yeah, I feel like people are still adjusting to the new A site,
yeah,
myself included.
Don't buy AK without helmet, that's obvious. Sandbag angles. So if you're here, you can see the upper headshot and heaven without crouching, right? And then you can crouch, play around this, maybe peek out if you have to, but really you don't need to.
Okay.
No up and down movement, don't do this, don't do this shit, you would rather wanna do this. Don't shoot at walls, so you were shooting at walls here on B, right? It was like this.
Yeah.
This was literally like this, I'm not even over exaggerating it.
No, you're not.
Nading mid, so you are safe to do this nade. Oh, I fucked it up. Can practice it for a moment. Pretty good nade for someone standing here and holding this angle. So you just run up here and immediately do this nade. You're looking below the flat part of this beam or whatever it is called. You just want to nade like this and then jump throw.
Okay.
You want to practice this basically later on.
Yeah.
Don't jump with the AK. This is pretty obvious. Don't do this shit. Just fall down to the ground as soon as possible so you're ready to actually fire. Util set on ramp. Or one more thing, buy Kevlar on pistols because with a USB you could have just went here and did that. Kick in and out. Or even hold this. Couple shots and falling back. And the util set on ramp that you could use. You just throw a smoke over here with left click, on the ground, so it bounces off the ground and the wall. And then you do a molly here looking at... This is a strong util set to take map control. So you do this. You do this molly. Even if it lands like this, or actually, it can...
So it's... And what is the smoke for?
The smoke is so that when they peek from crane, they don't see you.
Okay.
So there is a lineup for it too.
Around.
Yeah. Bottom right of this arrow. You can throw it like that too, if you want to.
Oh, okay, that's easy lineup.
It covers you from crane, right? Hey gamer, if you like the way I explain the stuff in the videos and you're taking value from it, check out the second link in the description for Face It Level 10 Booster course, where you'll have all the knowledge structured, every map explained, all the routines, every position on city side and the place on T side. On top of that, mechanics, mindset, all of that training in one place in the Face It Level 10 booster course. Check that out and let's get back to the video. And yeah, that's the main things I saw in the demo. There's no really other things you can do. I'll show you like a lineup for holding gap. So this smoke you should throw, just go with your back towards this wall. And you're aiming to the middle of this line, slightly out and slightly up. Like out of this line, slightly up.
Yep.
And then you're gonna be smoking here. And you instantly go over here. And you're gonna throw a Molotov. And the Molotov, I believe... is gonna be here, right behind that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just keep the map control.
So you're looking for here, and where this shit connects to this, and on the bottom part of it.
Yeah.
So it bounces between those two things, and it goes. It's pretty pixel, right? So the routine would look like this. Like both of them are pretty pixel. You can throw a flash just in case anybody's rushing through.
Oh yeah. I tend to neglect like CT util, right? I feel like most players my elo, they're all obsessed with T execute elos and or utility, and I never really thought about using CT util like that.
Yeah, I'm just showing you what helps, you know.
Yeah, that's super helpful.
Yeah. So that's the way to play gap here, because you were here the most. But yeah, so this is sorted. You just need to go in this map and learn these things, these couple of things I showed you here.
Okay.
Now, another problem we need to solve for you is your sprays. So this problem you will solve on this map. But let me restart CS really quickly, because I don't want these refrag tracers. There's some weird tracers. Anyways, this is the map you need. It's called Recoil Master. It's pretty popular, and it's very simple to practice here. Actually, there is an option, no spread there. I always turn it off because I don't care about this. But yeah, you can have it on or off, I don't really care. But go on show impacts, dummy target, and you just need to spray. And this is the pathway. So the most important part here that is not set on the map, that you usually want to crouch when you're spraying, right? So you're gonna shoot a couple bullets like that, and then you're gonna adjust with crouch. So you're not gonna actually pull down that much, because your crouch will pull down the crosshair automatically, right? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, the dummy actually is helpful for me as a reference, because a lot of times you'll see I'll pull to their feet or past their feet.
Yeah, I mean...
And you never go below the knee, really. Yeah.
So you can see how many bullets you hit and how many you missed. You have stats on the chat right here. And if you're going 93%, it's pretty good.
And then let me ask you, for you, because this spray is so dialed, for you, is it more of like just it's a muscle memory in your hand, or do you like watch your crosshair path, or like for you, what?
I understand this, and I put my crosshair like that.
Okay.
So, and I'm also watching the bullets how they go, you know.
Yeah.
I'm if I see my bullets go like this, I will control it.
Okay.
I
think a tricky thing for me is
it's way easier with
losing the spray. So like if I've ever been spraying and I like lose the spray, it's just...
But you start spraying like this, you know?
Yeah.
This is you.
See, that's me.
And this stop being you. And another thing you're gonna be doing for that is you, after practicing in that, you will go in CS2 aim. And what you will do in CS2 aim is transfer the spray. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose a bot, and then remembering how the spray went. So I remember with the naked it was a bit to the right and down, and then a lot to the left. I will just try to spray this bot, right?
Okay.
Like, you know. Like, I will just remember how the spray went, and I will try spraying. And if I succeed most of the time, I'm fine, right? But
yeah, and then when it comes to spraying too, like if you're actually in a duel, is there any rule around, like, basically if you're spraying like 25 bullets, did you just like give up and tap them, like if no kills are happening between the two of you? Like, when is there a time to be like, you should just give up on this spray, or is there ever a time for that?
Yeah, after like
Like, you
5
shouldn't
to
be
10,
spraying like a full clip, right?
after like 5 or 10 bullets, you should. I don't like. There's no rule about it, but if you do like a spray and you fucking up, just move again and shoot. You know.
Okay.
But you should not fuck up. You should always make sure that you're on the guy, right?
Yeah.
So if I don't want to go on the head, right, I will still want to go on the body and spray him down. Like, I can actually practice here going on the body, right, picking up.
Yeah.
Like, I want to... Even if I'm shooting at the body, I want to start shooting at the model. I would never want to start like this.
Yeah.
This shit, right? But you can still control it after you land your spray. So that's the idea here. So this is how you practice spray. Is that clear and do you know what to do now?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
I'll grab these maps.
So now we can transition into pre-fire. So go open refrag server, show me how you do pre-fire.
Yep.
So a question. Okay, so you're doing it wrong. You can stop. You're not going for pre-fire there. Like, you should never pre-fire, never practice pre-firing, never do that shit. Like, you don't need pre-fire at all. What you want to do is you want to practice your pre-aim, okay? Pre-aim is something different than pre-fire. Pre-aiming means you peek out into the corner with your crosshair on the corner or on the position that you want to peek out with intention of killing someone if he's there really quickly, but you don't shoot, okay? So this guy does it wrong, by the way. This guy who's showing, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just random mod on refrag. Look. So what you want to do is, if you want to like practice from the beginning. Like, I'm not saying this is wrong to pre-fire. You can kind of fuck around with that however you want if you're a good player already. But for you, is the fundamental is like this. You move up into an angle with your crosshair and your model. So you position your model to peek out into the angle, and you position your crosshair to peek out into the angle. You don't want to have your model here because you can't peek out, right? You're blocking. You don't want to have your model here because you're not gonna peek out, right? So you position your model first on shift. Now you position your crosshair, so I have my crosshair here because if I peek out, it's gonna be there, right? And now, without moving your crosshair, you do one counter strafe. You don't do any like this shit, like jiggling or whatever the fuck you were doing, like you were moving way too much. So you stop, and now, okay, I'm ready to peek, fine. And now I'm peeking, and you're not moving your mouse up, down, left, right, keeping your mouse stable, and only peeking with D and A. So you press D, release D, tap A. And now if you're not on the guy, you adjust slightly and shoot. Because obviously, even if you peek with perfect crosshair placement, the guy can be slightly to your left, slightly to your right, you know what I mean? Again,
so it's basically simulating like a real world duel, which would be you would get one peek and then you would take the duel, right? With the intention to kill. So it's not like I can just jiggle the guy and he's going to wait there and stay in the same spot.
Exactly. Now,
okay.
You position for the next duel, right? Crosshair positioned, model positions, you peeked. And then you adjust and fire. Now you position for the next duel. Peek out, fire. Now you position, you fucked up, you go back. Okay, I peek out, I fire. Now I position for the next duel. I peek out, I fucked up a bit, I peek out again. Okay, I position for the next duel. Next duel. Now I position for the next duel. Okay, they didn't place a bot there, whatever. I position for the next duel, I fucked up. I hide. Boom, I see this guy. And I don't want this guy replace. Fuck with my brain and show me bet. Pre-fire practice. Peek out. I fucked up, I want to pick that angle, so I go, oh, I fucked up again, so I would like to go back and pick only this, okay? I pick this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.